Hello everyone, my name is Abigail and today we are going on a journey of DIY, girl power building, painting, cleaning, epic proportions of amazing things. Yeah. So I wanted to start off this video with a cat. I wanted to start off this video with a little intro into why I'm renovating this space and just introducing myself. So yeah, I am Abigail, like I stated before. I graduated with my bachelor's in fine arts degree a year ago today of filming this intro. And after I graduated, I moved back home with my mom because I didn't want to have to pay rent while paying off my loans. Unfortunately, that meant that I wouldn't have my own bedroom because my little sister was still living at home and my older sister moved back home because she's going and getting her doctorate right now. So we had to come up with a solution and we kind of decided that I was just going to move into the dining room. And then this process of planning and just making the space my own began. The dining room kind of started out as the living room, and then it changed to the dining room, and then it kind of turned into an office space for my mom, and then it turned into kind of just an everything room, and then a junk room, and then partially the cat room. We have 5 cats at my house, which is a lot of litter. And so that was where the litter boxes were housed. So, yeah, we're just going to be tackling this room bit by bit and just making it my own. Let's get into it. Welcome to the voiceover slash music over portion of the video. Currently, the footage we are watching is the space in the state that I found it, or when I moved back home. There's litter boxes in the back, there's stuff that's fallen off our house, a workout bar, mirrors, just all this stuff. This is me filming these future closets. These closets are going to house the litter boxes because I don't really want them in my room. Yeah, it's just not something that is a vibe. And so we came up with a solution, me and my mom, that we were going to clean out these closets and paint them with some durable paint and just throw the litter boxes in there and hope for the best. When I first opened this paint, I was like, oh no. It's an old can of paint. A lot of the materials and just things that I use in this video are older, kind of just found in our garage, or I've thrifted them or bought them from Habitat for Humanity. As you can imagine, being post-undergrad, I have no finances. So yeah, but we mixed with paint and it went on pretty well. Very glossy and durable and great for any easy cleanup. This is actually a shot of the second closet, I believe. There's a lot of maneuvering. I do want to say that it's we're just gonna ignore the fact that it did take me 8 months to do this studio renovation. I've done a good bit of traveling over the year, and so there were times where I wasn't even home for a month or so. But you can really tell from the beginning of the video where my hair is quite short and in pigtails, and then on the little outro, my hair has definitely grown longer, so I think that's just kind of a cute measurement of time. There's a lot of painting time lapses and kind of parts of this video, and I don't know if that's entertaining for anybody to watch, but I most certainly find it satisfying, so I gift that to you in the hopes that that also pleases you. So, take the time to update my future studio room right now. It doesn't look like much has changed, but we got the litter boxes out and clearing off these things, and today I'm putting the shutter back up on the, look at that paint on my hands, don't mind our kitchen. Today I'm going to be putting the shutter back up on our house because it fell off several months ago, and that's just how this works. It's been put in this room. So one thing at a time, 3 steps to one thing to clear out my future space. Oh look, there's me and Sherman, my cat. I was going swimming that day. It's this fun sweet, I promise. He loves to be held and bounced around and also flipped over like that. It's really quite sweet. But you can kind of see from the beginning of the video where my camera quality is kind of a shit. And then towards the end, I think we have great improvements. Unfortunately, my lighting crew is on a permanent vacation of not existing. So I've been figuring it out. I've been focused mostly on 2D art, like hands-on, painting, watercolor, color pencil. And so this whole entire filming and camera is very new to me. I have done a lot of, well, not a lot, I'm not sure. I've done a good bit of photography. Yeah, I feel good saying that. I took, I think, 4 semesters of photography in college, so yeah. But this filming thing, I don't know. Also, my camera broke recently. I don't know how to fix it, but it won't turn off unless I take the battery out of the back. And this is a new occurrence, and now the battery drains like really fast. So it's been a workaround, but I'm not buying a new camera, so we'll just deal. This is me and my friend Davis, and he so graciously helped me take down this fan that just wasn't my vibe. You can see the confusion on my face this entire time where I'm just like, woo. That's my favorite quote. He says, "Let's rip this bitch off the wall." Yeah, just my face is just amazement. Yeah, there we go. That right there.
Do you want this? Right there. I guess strong just a little less.
After this, there was about a month period where I didn't really do anything, and it just was really hard. I've been going through a lot of things not even related to school, and leaving school and like this weird transitional period. Just, I don't know. I've never really had a good outlet for my mental health, and I'm still trying to find my way. But this past summer, a year ago, I was crying a lot. But I don't want to bore you guys with all my tears. But yeah, yoga is a good outlet. We're proud. I've been struggling a lot with the feelings of anxiety taking over and making me burst out into tears. Probably the entire year of 2021. I will not let these feelings prevent me from doing what brings me joy. And that is my promise to myself. So no matter how much I feel overwhelmed or anxious I am going to pursue on, because I know these feelings are fleeting, just like every feeling is, and there are happier moments to seek in life.
So the primer coat is completely done. I do think I'm going to paint the ceilings as well. You can't really tell on camera, but they're pretty dingy. Just like smart planning on my part, putting up a light fixture and then painting the ceilings. But everything pretty much is going to be coated in. Oh, okay. Everything's going to be coated in the color French Cream. It's a Valspar signature. So let's get to it. Final coat of paint. Who's excited? I'm excited, yes. So is Leo. So is Sherman. 10 out of 10 excited floof.
So, what a reveal of this paint color. Am I right? On camera, I don't think it really does it justice. It just looks like I'm painting white over white. However, if you really just let the light catch it, you can see that it's more of a, I don't know, really light, almost cream beige. I wanted a warm white, like brown sugar, kind of warm, but like I don't know, the perfect mixture of brown sugar and white sugar. Yeah, just nothing too clean. And also I went with a gloss color just because I really like the way, or is it semi-gloss? Semi-gloss? I don't know. I like the way that it looks. And it makes me feel like I have sparkly, sleek walls, and it's also better for cleanup if I get paint anywhere. Those vents, absolutely disgusting. You can see it on my face. Also, I definitely should have been wearing some safety goggles, but nah. I try to take safety precautions the best I can. We can only do so much. Yeah. But those vents are gross. We actually have a leak in our roof right now, and so there's some water stains on the ceiling. I don't think the camera captured them that well, but in person they were pretty bad. I think we're getting our roof replaced this summer, which would be great, but as of now I just kind of cosmetically painted the ceiling. I actually really like the way that my walls and ceiling flow together, and for the future I probably will 10 out of 10 do that again. I think it was worth it. I mean, paint drips on the floor, but there's just that seamless kind of flow where the room just feels like a little home. Even though it is white, it's still notably the same color. I don't know. But yeah, there was a lot of paint drips on the floor. There was actually paint on the floor before I even started painting from a previous project. And yeah, so there's a good bit of cleaning that I had to do. If you note the floof on the ground, that is Sherman, and he is my tuxedo kitty, and I've had him for, oh goodness, I got him my sophomore year of college, going right into that where I got my first apartment. It's definitely been very weird moving back home and living with my mom after basically being alone and kind of sustaining myself financially for so long, and now I'm like, oof, I really, really don't want to owe any money to anybody. So we're trying to work hard on getting that paid off, but yeah, it's been a time. Look it past me, just happily, carelessly dancing away. I think I'm listening to this song called Anxiety by Little Darky. It's a really good song. I vibe for sure. This is me putting up my mirror that I got from Lowe's, I put the strongest command strips I could find on the back of it, and I think there's like 7 or so command strips. It is yet to fall down. I installed it in the last apartment I stayed in the same way, and it didn't fall down in the entire year, so it should be fine. It should be good. I did, actually, I don't have footage of it, but I did try to put more mirrors on the other corner, and the mirror stayed up on the wall for about 20 minutes and then shattered into pieces. So, if you watch my my mirror broke video on my channel, you can see that there is, I didn't actually break that mirror. It was pre-broken. It was the mirror that fell off my wall, and then I kind of did like a little movie magic switcheroo and filmed a unbroken mirror and then switched it out for the mirror that fell off the wall. Of course, there's more Sherman dancing. He really, like, you can't see it on camera, but he's purring and like kneading your arm, and he just loves it so much. When he was a little kitten, I just carry him around, me shamelessly showing my butt, haha. And it was like I wouldn't be home, and then I'd come home for the day, and he'd meow at me and walk around my feet until I picked him up, and then he'd just like sit in my arms, and I'd have to carry him around like a baby. He is a little baby. He's sassy. It's everything I could hope for. He's definitely I would say number 1, but then there's Leo, the other cat sitting in the frame right now. And I got Leo a few years later to be friends with Sherman, but Sherman's too sassy to actually really want to be friends with him, so I have 2 cats, Leo and Sherman. So the rug is actually a rug my mom had up in her room for a while, and she decided that she didn't really want any more, and she gave that to me. And then this little it's promoted as a daybed, or like a futon, I suppose. The ends fold down, but I actually moved a lot while I was in college. I think I moved like 8 times in 1 year, and I was just, by like the second move, I was like, I'm not moving a bed again. It's not happening. So this was my solution. I was so proud of these curtains, blinds. We've actually had this blind kit since we moved into the house, which was when I was in the 3rd grade, and they never got put up. So it was super easy to put them up. I don't know why we didn't just put them up, but they just look so sharp. They're definitely an addition to the room, and I'm pretty proud of them. And yeah, they make me feel less weird about sleeping at night. These French doors actually kind of veer off onto a pretty busy street, so it's nice to have a little privacy in my own room. Yeah, I thought I was pretty clever doing that. This board right here, this cork board, is actually something I think I thrifted before I even went into college, like what, 5 years ago, and then I painted it that weird blue color around the border, and then I just thought it'd be nicer to have a seamless look, so I painted it the same color as the wall, and yeah, it just kind of it blends in more, and what it shows off is what's put on the board. Here I'm painting over all the gold on this desk. This desk was the first item I'd ever received that was not a hand-me-down from a family member. And I think my mom bought me this for my, goodness, 12th birthday, I want to say. And she got it at, goodness, Pier 1, yeah, on sale. And yeah, I've always loved this desk. I just don't think gold is for me, and so I actually matched this dark blue to, I forget, some portion of the desk, and I painted over all the gold and then did like a little spray fix on it to keep the paint well, and it's held up pretty well. Yeah, and I just like it a lot better. I actually painted parts of the chair too. And this number, I actually, we had some particle board that was wrapped in like this weird fake wood veneer that was black, and so I used my circular saw and I cut those down, and it just so happened that this box, we found it at an antique shop. It used to hold all, I think, missile stuff. It had these perfect little slots inside, and I was like, I'm gonna cut these boards down and make shelves for my artwork, and that's what I did. Yeah, so now I have a place to store all these lovely supplies, and it's actually really cute. This color blue is kind of a theme in my life. I don't know what it is, it just makes me feel happy. It's like a sea foam, robin's egg blue, like a mixture of the two. In this portion, I am sanding all these boards because we are preparing to put up some shelves. It's, I know, crazy. It looks really white right now, but I still wanted to show off the wood texture. I love all the knots and imperfections in wood. So it's actually a whitewash, and when it dries, you'll see that you can still see the wood underneath. But yeah, I just wanted to stay on theme. My whole room, I just wanted it to feel really clean and bright, and I didn't want there to be too much distraction because it is my workspace, and I try to lean into color in my work, and I don't want to be distracted by colors around me. I don't know, it's just a way that my brain works. I need more friends. I need to stop talking to myself. Okay. So, I dug through all of my hardware stuff and found a bunch of mismatched screws and drywall anchors. So, yay for that, saving money. I have my boards that have whitewash on them, and I'm going to attach the brackets to the boards, and then they'll be going up on the wall, and then we're like that much closer to being done with this room. I'm really excited. Okay. So I thought I filmed the process of putting these shelves up. Probably best that I didn't, but I don't know where the footage went, so now you have this video of me interpretive dancing on screen. The shelves did go into a stud on one side of them, and then I used the heavy butterfly drywall anchors towards the center and stuff. So they're up there, they're good. I found this box. I've had it for a while, and I just wanted it to blend in more. I did really love the wood texture, but like I said, whitewash is the theme. We went in with a I knocked off the rust on all the metal hardware and just a matte spray paint. It looks shiny right now, that's just because it's not dry, okay? Trust me.
I'm looking, but if you want to, we could. How about you? Cause I've been, call me baby. I know it's kinda crazy, but if you're down for me, let's don't be so shy, just don't keep me waiting, yeah. Am I the one you're dreaming of? Every day I'm thinking of you. Oh, you, oh, yeah, yeah, oh. Got me feeling lucky. Come my way, you lovely, oh. I've been waiting for you for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, the paint is good. The paint is good. You can kind of see from afar how the wood's still very textured and shown through and kind of shows the character of the box. Yeah, just throwing up some painting supplies. This idea came to me in a dream. I was using some finishing nails to hang up some stuff in our kitchen as like display. Like the finishing nails were a part of the display. And then I was like, why don't I just take some twine and make some little spots to hang stuff on. I have these little mini clothespins and these cute little white paper clips. And I just wanted a place to put more notes and stuff. This process was unfortunate. I actually did break a part of the, acrylic that I was using as my whiteboard. I don't show that in the video just because it was honestly really bad footage. Like if you think this footage is a little bit grainy, you should have seen that. But I think it is shown in the final reveal. I broke off a piece of it, but I just kind of, glued it back up. You can't really tell. It's still good.
Crazy. Oh, something kinda crazy. Call me, baby. Gotta for you to call me, baby.
I'm looking, but if you want to, we could. How about you? Cause I've been, call me baby.
I had this idea. I wanted to put some plant shelves up for my avocado trees. I don't know if this is exactly right, but I stripped the paint off of, because this is the ledge that these shelves are going to be glued to and screwed down. I wanted to do I wanted them to feel like they were custom built in. So I stripped the paint off so I'd have wood touching on wood. And after I stripped the paint off, I actually obviously sanded that area down. I just wanted the strongest bond I could get because I was putting glass up there. But, wow. Satisfying. Ooh, glue, paint. And then you can see that there's exposed wood. And that went on to the glue. And then there's several screws that I screwed down into the wood. And there's like the little floating effect. And then I obviously filled over the holes. So those are custom built into the windows. I think they turned out really nice and they're functional, and now that window has some place to display some cool stuff because there's a lot of light coming in through the doors and the windows. So yeah, those are my little avocado babies. A lot of them are grown up now. This was so long ago, and they're Sherman. I found this I bought this modeling wire for a project a few years ago, and then I turned in the project, they gave me the grade, and then I hated I just didn't have room for the sculpture. And so I took apart the sculpture and then I saved this modeling wire because I'm like, I'm gonna use this for something. And I sure did. So now those lovely little glass vases can, be up on our super stable shelves and be stuck up on there because they were above the door and I was a little bit concerned about opening and closing the door and the glass shifting, so that was my solution. We did a bit of rearranging halfway through the renovation. I say we, it was all me, it's just me. And I just wanted a little bit more privacy between my bed and the rest of the room, so I decided to put up that little dresser drawers so I could store my clothes, and then put some plants up there. And then I installed a plant light just because my plants are really used to getting a lot of sunlight and I just don't want them to be deprived. They're my babies. I have a lot of plants. We're starting the process of building my barn door, I believe. Yeah. I'm not sure if I bought a single piece of wood for this process. This piece of wood is going to be our connector piece to the wall for the barn door hardware. I did end up buying barn door hardware new. I'm painting the piece of wood the same color as the wall because I wanted it to blend in seamlessly with the wall when I put it up. But this is what you attach into the studs because the barn door hardware might not match up with your studs perfectly, and there's no way in heck that I'm letting that stuff fall down. Look, I did so good putting up this piece of wood, super level, and I even made a template for my hardware, which I was pretty proud of. This piece of vinyl, yeah, that's what it is. I found at Lowe's on sale, and that's what I'm going to be using for the outer part of my door. It definitely, I cut it down to size, and that was a process. As you can see, we have this makeshift jig. And yeah, I just used my circular saw to rip it down. And then there she went. We did double, triple measurements, kept our fingers crossed, and hoped till the end that it all fit together.
Something kinda crazy. Tell me, baby. Anything you to call me, baby.
I'm looking.
I don't know why I felt it necessary to blow off the sawdust. I definitely should have been wearing a mask. Rest assured, I did wear safety goggles during these processes of cutting. I took a woodshop class, okay? But I don't know, I didn't wear a mask for this, and there was a lot of dust. Thankfully, I did it outside, so we're good. I don't actually have anywhere else to build other than on my little porch area, but you know, look at these measurements. Such a carpenter I am. And then we're ripping down the other side of the board. I'm not sure, I think I bought 2 of these pieces of vinyl flooring. They're just like sheets that you're supposed to use for flooring, but I was like, no, I'm gonna use them for these doors. But I think, yeah, I attached them together and ripped them down together. I had to cut off a little bit on the shorter half and the longer half to make them into the size door I needed for my threshold. And then here I'm preparing some wood to go on the siding. I wasn't sure at the time if I was going to let the wood expose or if I was going to rip down some more vinyl. I actually decided that I wanted to wrap the entire door in this vinyl flooring. But here's kind of the layout. We had a bunch of these like little blocks of wood laying around in our garage. I'm not sure, from a previous project, maybe someone was ripping down some wood and it was just a little bit too long. I really don't know where this wood came from, but I was running out of material, and so this was my solution, just to make sure that the door wouldn't bow a lot and it had a kind of a center to it. Then I put the door together with wood glue and construction adhesive and screws.
Saw you inside, it was a cold winter night. You shone like different intoxicants to make you feel alright. Now I'm sitting here, holding back tears and fears. You're just my type. As the night goes on, I keep biting my tongue, saying I still haven't been to make this moment go wrong. I'll drink another drink, so I don't have to think anymore. I want to believe that I would take you home. Loving you isn't hard to do. I said loving you isn't hard to do. When I see you all the way from across the room, and I'm
Goodness, what is this? Some kind of construction adhesive that I was spreading around. I was not messing around with this door. Like, this door's not bowing, it's not coming apart. It's held up pretty well. It's been, I want to say 4 months. No, not 4 months. Maybe. I think I built this back in December. And it's quite durable, so that's good. Yeah. It's also heavy, but at least it's not heavy as a solid door. I was trying to go as light as possible with also remaining durable. I don't know, I just kind of went with my gut on this build, and designed it myself, so you can see the full clothes bin in the background. Just ignore that. I put up some sheets for a while just because I'm in the downstairs area right by the front door, and you know, my family is quite loud in the morning, and I just needed a little bit of privacy. That door actually leads to our kitchen, and I finally, after, oh goodness, if this is December, I moved back home in May, have a little bit of privacy between me and the kitchen, which is just absolutely wonderful. I'm measuring roughly where my door needs to sit, like the top of the door where it needs to be flush with the rollers. And I really had my fingers crossed throughout this entire process, because I'm like, if I get this wrong, even just a little bit, if it's like there's not enough gap to even hang the door up, and then look at it. Incredible. I did such a good job. The margin of error with this door, I did it all myself. I'm so proud of myself with this build. It's a weird vibe with this vinyl that I bought, but it looks like they're planks of wood with caulking between them, so I just went with the same vibe to cover up all the cracks and seams on the side, and I think it ended up looking pretty sharp in the end. Cohesive door. This was a long process to build this freaking door.
In my head, I'm stressing out like my energy's been different. Looking at my friends like what I'm missing. Cause I need someone to be free with. Like I need someone I can be with when I feel I'm not enough. Cause apathy's been fucked up. Looking at your face like, could I love you? If you don't like it, come and fight me. Cause I need nobody else just to hype me. Please hype me. If everybody like me, then I'll be somebody that I don't like to see like me. If you don't like it, come and fight me. Cause I need nobody else just to hype me. Please hype me. If everybody like me, then I'll be somebody that I don't like to see like me.
lies that I know myself, that I realize I'm my own best friend. We don't
So
take sides, we just fight.
that was unexpected, but we just go with it. You can see the hallway, the threshold. I think I'm just so pumped to finally have a solution to this giant open wall in my room, just to have a little bit of privacy between me and the other 3 people that live in this house. It's not a very big house, but I mean it's a decent size. It's good. It's a good house. I'm very blessed to have a roof over my head. Yeah, Sherman was just messing with the measuring tape the entire time I was trying to measure, so that was my little ode to that. And then we're getting into a last minute solution. I was originally going to just put up curtains, and then I realized I want more than curtains. So we're reusing these bed sheets that I had for a project in college, and we're sewing them into a room divider, a stylish room divider. Yeah, this was the first time I used a sewing machine. Oh my gosh, cat. Since, goodness, I want to say sophomore year of high school. And that was a learning process. I don't think I did that bad. There was a lot of sewing that went into these sheets. I basically went around every edge, and it's double layered. But I'm proud of myself. Look at all these pens. I think you're not supposed to sew over the pens. I sewed over the pens, you know. It is what it is. They turned out all right. They're strong seams. It's good. I actually used wooden dowels to hang these up too. But yeah, that was my last project, which is awesome. And now we're gonna get into outro Abigail and the final scenes. I hope you guys enjoy.
All the flowers in my garden never looked as bright as this. Like a happy child, I watched them grow out of only seeds. Butterflies down my stomach when I think of you and me. It is funny how a lot can change when you learn how to breathe. Look at my eyes, what do you see? Feels like we're only meant to be. All of my life, where have you been? 'Cause you're the only thing I need. The only thing I need. The only thing I need. Never ever thought I'd find something quite as right as this. Not even late at night, in my wildest dreams, and I can feel the road change.
So yeah, it's done. Mostly. There's definitely a few things that I could add or touch up or change, I suppose, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. And I just love everything about this room. I really made it my own. It's taken me a year to get to this point almost, and yeah, an adventure for sure. I thought it might be nice to go around the room and show the little details and hidey spots and things that mean a lot to me and talk about them. So that's what we're gonna do. This box. Oh, how I love this box. For a few reasons. But I like it because it was clearly intended to be for war and to carry weapons, and I have filled it with art supplies. So, as the saying goes, make art, not war. Yeah,
repurposing old things is kind of one of my favorite things. So a repurposed rocket ammunition container. And let's take a look inside. Some microphones that I just found, colored pencils, pastels. There's a variety of drawing tools. I keep just like miscellaneous stuff that doesn't look too cute to be displayed. Some varnishes and Mod Podge. Back there I have a collection of wasp and bee nests. In here I have a variety of bugs. I also added a piano. It's centered between my art supplies box and my desk. And I didn't know where the stand was anyway, and I just thought this was the best solution, a really good place to have it. Right by the computer, I can record. Hopefully, I get to try it out, tunes or songs or whatever I may want to do that day. I got this quite a long time ago and I forget how to play anything on the keyboard. But now it is out. I rummaged through the mess of our garage and I found this keyboard, which I thought that we didn't have anymore. So yeah, keyboard. Maybe I'll start making music. And this is the desk area. It is perfect for me. It has basically anything that I need. Small, I like compact spaces just to get some work done. Keyboard Mac, yeah. And then I also have like a little cubby underneath here, and I just kind of move the Mac over, and I have different kinds of wires. My nail polish is stored in here. What else? Just like some miscellaneous knickknacks that I don't access that often. I don't know if I recorded that, but I drilled a hole in the back of this desk. And so all of the cords coming down from the computer into the wall, actually I have a hole and they feed into the desk. And then feed out of the desk, so it's like a seamless transition, because I like having my wires organized. It's really important. Let's talk a little bit more about this lovely corner of mine. I have my plexiglass. I use this plexiglass in my printmaking class from college, and if you've ever taken printmaking or know anything about it, this is what you use to run through the press. You can do monotypes, yes. It's been quite a few years. But I don't take printmaking anymore, and I didn't really like it. It just didn't, it wasn't the same. I'm more of like a hands-on feel, texture, paint smishing beneath my hands kind of thing, and this just didn't really speak to me. So I repurposed my plexiglass onto the wall as a makeshift whiteboard. So yeah, above this I have my Abigail Lynn Art signature, and I hand painted that, and that is the branding for all my artwork and any social media and basically just me. Yeah. And then I have my ukulele right here, and I've only learned one song on it. And I know
very little about it, and I've had it for a couple years, and I promised myself that I was gonna learn it on my road trip, and then I promised myself I was gonna learn it last summer, and I just haven't yet, so it's like, it's no longer put away, it's on the wall, and I'm gonna stare at this ukulele and just, I'm gonna pick it up, and I'd be like, I'm gonna play a couple of things today, or learn a chord. I'm just really bad at strumming. If anybody has any tips to like, this, I don't know what it is, it's like I fumble, or whatever. I guess I just need practice, like anything. But yeah, I have my ukulele with my wall, and it's really cute. And I know how to play a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean the bare minimum. In fact, I would take the bare minimum and I'd go a little bit lower. I also have these lovely little white paper clips, and I use some twine and finishing nails, and I have more space to put whatever I made up on the wall, whether it be like a little doodle, thumbnail sketch, painting idea, extra space for putting stuff that runs out on the corkboard. That's where I got it. I also keep my painter's tape on here because I use it a lot, and then some washi tape, is that what it's called? I don't really know. And then some photos of me as a child, or my best friend, or a fish that I used to have. Those are also up here. So yeah, it's a good place. I have up on top a lot of sage drying from my sage plants last summer, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but I have it, so yeah, maybe I'll put it in something sometime. Up top here, I have all my lovely sprouting avocado trees, or pre-sprouting avocado trees. I customized these shelves. There's actually a whole separate video on my channel about me making these built-in shelves custom for these windows. So if you want to see that, go check it out. I'm starting a tiny avocado army, and you can join me on my ventures on my Instagram. I post about them on my story. So yeah, there's that. Over here is the plant corner. I like to think of it as my little sanctuary. I keep all my clothes in this dresser, and why not put all my plants on top of it, like, right? I have some pothos that I've been growing for a few years. My first avocado tree is doing really well, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's growing pretty thick stalk. It's almost a year old, and my aloe plant, I have all these lovely plants. I like to thrift a lot, as I've previously stated, and these are just a lot of thrifted items that need tailoring. So leave a like. This is what YouTubers do. Leave a like if you would be interested in watching me custom tailor all these clothes. It's a pretty hefty bin. And I also got some yarn, so maybe I will crochet something. I don't know. I also have a charging station over here, which is pretty handy, and it's just like a little nook of fun. Yeah. Underneath my bed, I have my suitcase and all my jackets in my suitcase, and I can just easily pull that in and out, and all my shoes. So that's where I keep that stuff. Over here, I guess you could say, is where the magic happens, and by magic I mean all of my wonderful artistic ideas just pop into my head throughout the night. I also have a lot of nightmares over here, which is concerning to most, but normal for me. It's quite comfy. It's a little bit on the more compact size, but I'm also a compact person, so we work together. This end right here actually folds down, so yeah, it becomes from a little sofa to a lounging day bed, or just normal bed if you're me, and only 5'2"-ish, kinda. Over here I have more art supplies, as this is an art studio. I have my glass paint palette, liquid paint thinner for the oil paints, brush cleaner, and I don't know what the chemical is off the top of my head, but it takes this paint thinner and you can rinse your brushes in this, and it does some sciencey things, and then I'm able to wash my brushes in the sink without freaking out about ruining the entire environment. So that's good. I also have paintbrushes, pens, pencils, a little container with smaller paints, the bigger paints just sitting in here. Yeah, and then I can take everything off of this trunk, and this glass piece that I had custom cut for it comes off, and I have just really miscellaneous things like paperwork and boring stuff sitting in here, things I don't use as often, more art supplies. And that gets stored in here, and it's really cute. But originally it was just a box in my dad's warehouse, and he gave it to me, and then I put on some little anti-sliders and got this piece of glass cut from a glass company, and now it is a lovely repurposed desk. So that's cool. This little, I think it's more of a gardening box, was in my grandfather's attic, and he gave it to me, and this I found at a thrift store. Behind this is just some tubes of paper I couldn't find where to put, and then large drawing pads. And then I have nothing stored underneath here. Some paper that I use a lot, books, diaries, journals, pencils, miscellaneous stuff, some adapters, different kinds of cords, and then my tattooing kit. Am I in frame? I don't know. I'm gonna get a stool. Aha, I know I'm in frame now. What do we have up here? We have this glass bottle that had wine in it at one point and doesn't anymore. This little mermaid cork that I thought looked cute. I'm sure eventually I'll fill this glass bottle up with something. Not really sure what yet, but it is. Rarely do I have single purpose, just cute things laying around. Most of the time something has some kind of purpose, except for the plants. But we could argue that the plants are here for my health. Good mental health at least. Airflow, what? Air quality, aha. This lovely bottle, I got a mirror back here that I just thought functioned well with the flow of the shelves. It took me a couple months of just looking at the shelves, adding things, taking things away, moving things to really get to this point. But I'm really happy with them, and I think they're really cute, and I'm excited. I have my favorite knife up here. It's really pretty, and I carry it with me a good bit, and when I'm not carrying it with me, it sits up here because it's the right color. I have an air plant that my little sister bought for me for my birthday last year. A little piece of glass from a garden in Asheville that my older sister got for me. Anyway, these were a bunch of those scenting air sticks, and my mom was gonna throw them out, and I thought they had some potential, so I sprawled them out like a little fan and put them up here because I just liked the way they looked, and I didn't feel right just throwing them in the garbage. And yeah, they have the purpose of balancing out my shelves. And then I have a wax melter that I rarely have on, but I have on for this video, and a dream catcher that someone bought me for nightmares. It's never worked. I also have a thriving pineapple plant, and then I have a glass jar filled with incense, a candle. One of my friends got me a glass pink jar that another friend got me. I have a little mister that has essential oils that a lady I used to nanny for gave me because she was really into essential oils, and it smells really good when you put spray on her linen, so cool. I have a lighter that an old friend got me that's really sentimental to me because he just passed away about a year ago. And then I have another plant in a pickle jar. Up here I have a jar full of coins that I will inevitably spend. I have one of those little rice sacks that you can like heat up in the microwave for when I'm feeling crampy and need heat. A jar with an extra bag that I typically use for makeup and stuff when I'm traveling. And then I have my new pastel box that my high school sweetheart found for me in this really old house. And I just thought it was really thoughtful, and I love pastels, so I like it on display because it brings me joy with a happy memory. And then I have a jar that used to have a candle in it that my best friend got me, extra paintbrushes, and then the ultimate candle, which is remnants of all the candles I've ever owned, with the wax on the bottom, and then I melt down the wax and then I put it in that jar. And I'm creating the forever candle because I'll just keep adding wax and eventually I'll burn it down someday. Yeah, I need something. Anyway, welcome to the I can't think of a really good name for it right now, but basically I do my makeup and everything else here, kind of corner, beauty corner. Oh god, that's bad. My backpack stays on this chair most of the time, except when I'm using the chair. And what to say, this is a good chair. It was in my studio back in college. It's now in my studio at home. It's a good chair. It moves up and down and does great things. Above here I have a purse that was 50 cents that my mom gave me that I absolutely love. I have a Coach purse that my mom bought for me for $20 at a thrift shop. And then this Nine West purse that is snakeskin. It's not real snakeskin. So please, PETA, don't come for me. I also agree it's wrong. And I got this for $15 and I adore it. And also today, true story, there was a snake in the garden and it scared the shit out of me. And I'm kind of hoping that Rand's Personal Realm will just tell all the snakes in my surrounding area to go away. Their patterns are very beautiful and I think they're majestic creatures. I just don't want them anywhere near me. I'm not a snake person. Don't really trust them. They don't have legs. Yes. I think this is this area. I do my makeup here, usually in this chair, and I'm like looking at this mirror and then I go makeup on the wall. I put it in this acrylic box that my mom gave to me, and it's got these cool dividers, and then I hung it up with mirror hangers, which I could have used for this mirror, but I didn't think about that until I put this up with the mirror hangers and I had a mirror. Anyway, it's floating. A lot of the things I like floating, minimalistic. That's the vibe. On to this lovely DIY. Over here is a
solution partially to some of my problems. So I don't have money for doors, so instead I took these bed sheets that I had used for my Descending into Madness through the Material of Paint. Go check that out. It's a video on my YouTube channel. Artwork that was partially a school project, partially a personal project that I made a school project. And I have a wooden dowel up here, and there's little hooks drilled up. There's 5 of them into the molding, and that holds the sheets up. And there is another wooden dowel at the bottom that keeps the sheet in place at the bottom. And this is the best that I can do. The front door is like right there, and then the stairs are right there as well, and then the hallway is also right there on the other side of the sheet. So anytime someone comes in the house, I immediately hear it. Anytime someone goes upstairs or downstairs, I immediately hear it. And I just need some privacy, personal space. It's a bed sheet. It's a bed sheet and a threshold. And it's great. And I'll probably never buy doors, so bed sheet and threshold. So, do I have any more words? I don't think so. Let me know if you have any questions about anything down in the comments. I will get back to you immediately because no one watches these videos and you will be the only one to comment. I love my room. I'm so excited and stoked to make some artwork and share it with the world and just pour my heart and soul into everything that I do, because that's the way that I want to live my life. Thank you for watching, everyone. I love you all so much. Is that my outro? I don't know, I don't have an outro yet. Much love, as always. There we go. Much love as always. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and thank you for coming along with me on this journey of trials, tribulations, and overall success. Bye!